what if you don't want to swipe anymore? Like, I mean, even LinkedIn has turned into like a swiping game. My boyfriend's brother was showing me that on the back end, like on the manager's end, on the person who's hiring, it's literally like LinkedIn. Like we're all swiping on all these people all the time. And when you're trying to date someone, when you're trying to find someone who you can, I don't know, actually have a relationship with, that gets tiring. It gets so old. It's just like, you're over it. Just swiping, swipe left, right. And it feels really demeaning after a while. It feels like you're losing this sense of humanity and that this is an actual other person that you're judging on literal face value based on how they choose to present themselves in this singular profile, unless you see them on multiple apps. And then sometimes it's interesting, right? Like there's a psychology around apps and how people choose to post certain things on certain apps based on, I don't know, the clientele or something, but I don't know. What if you're just over it? I was talking to a friend last night and she like wants to be in this relationship, but it's just like, how do you find someone now? People don't really go out and go up to people in bars. People don't really enjoy kind of the meet and greet that happens in actual social situations. You go out with your friends, you kind of stick to that crew, unless it's like a certain scene where that's like an actual thing, that's what everybody's doing. And still, it's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing with this? And something that I realized was just like, we kind of have to put ourselves out there, and it doesn't feel comfy, like at all. You have to literally get yourself out into the world where you could possibly find a like-minded person who you might actually be attracted to and who might actually have the same values and goals as you. And if you don't do that, you're going to have to keep swiping, because that's the only way that we can have a potential meeting of someone who we might like. But if you don't want to keep swiping, you're going to have to get out. You're going to have to get out. You're going to have to go to the coffee shops. You're going to have to go out and go to a wine bar. And you might have to do that by yourself. And yes, that is difficult. Yes, it's going to feel weird and hard and uneasy at first. But it gets easier because you realize that you're awesome. Your company is great. And the more that you do that and the more that you feel settled in the fact that you are awesome and that your company is something that not only you want to be around, but other people want to be around too, that creates this level of confidence that people can feel. People are attracted to that kind of confidence. People realize that you are someone who they want to walk up to and who they want to talk to. And it just like ups the ante on the possibility of meeting someone. But if you just sit at home, you're gonna have to keep swiping. It's the literal only option. The way I met my boyfriend, I was coming out of this, I don't even know what it was, situationship essentially with this person, and was meeting two of my very best friends who are loving and kind and supportive. And they essentially were like, we had planned to go look for furniture for them, and it turned into this whole day of day drinking and bopping around. And we ended up at this place that's downtown and is a place where it's a bar, but they also have a basketball court and pickleball courts, and it's so fun. But we started this like 40-person game of knockout with like basketball. We won't talk about who won. But I essentially got free drinks the rest of the evening. We'll say that. But that's how I met my current boyfriend. Was a day of day drinking that led to hanging out at a sports bar where I beat a lot of people in, well, we are talking about it, I guess, a lot of people in knockout. And we've been together for almost 2 years now. But if I hadn't gone out that day, if I hadn't chosen to get out of the house, which I wasn't feeling like it, I was sad. I was, I didn't feel like being around people necessarily, but I pushed myself. I pushed that envelope. I went to what felt uncomfortable at the moment. And it was one of the best days. It was so fun. Maggie and Katie are always fun, but it was so fun. And then I met John. And now here we are living in this sweet little house together. And if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't know this person. That day literally changed my life. So that's to say, if you want to get off the dating apps, If you want to stop swiping, if you want to end that feeling, get out there. And if it means going by yourself, you got that. You can do that. It's not easy. It's not comfortable, but you can do it. Get out there, hang out with people, socialize with people, start reminding yourself that you're awesome and that you're amazing and that anybody would be lucky to be with you. And eventually, with time, two things are going to happen. One, you're going to remind yourself that you're a person who is valuable and who deserves to have good things in life and be around people. And there's potential that you may find someone to have a long-term relationship with. And you might even meet some other fun people in the meantime. And that's what we're meant for. We're meant for community. We're meant to be around people. And this day and age where we can be in our house and socialize with people in a distant space, that's going to harm us in the long run. So let's put a stop to that. Get out there, actually be around some other humans, and formulate some really strong relationships. Even a strong relationship with yourself, because in the end, that's the one that matters the most. So you can do this. Stop swiping. Just stop doing it. Go out, be in the world, and you'll find out a lot, both about yourself and the world around you.